big similarity between that robbery and a robbery that took place in Florida. So please stay here. Listen, you want to hear this. Okay? Everybody's talking about the gambling. Okay? Because it's got the mafia in it. Okay? Because the mafia brings headlines. Well, folks, I'm here to tell you something. Okay? All right? The robbery at the Louvre Museum in Paris. All right? One of the most brazen and significant, with worth over 100 million in Napoleon era jewels stolen. Other heists, such as the 2010 thief involving paintings valued at approximately 100 million or more, and the Pink Panther gang's historical heist, which accumulated $500 million. The 2025 Louvre heist, the theft of 8 pieces of Napoleon era jewelry, was valued at approximately 102 million. Snake, how are you, my friend? All right, good to see you here, buddy. Okay, more people will be joining us, I hope. Okay. These guys who robbed that museum, they were awesome. I gotta salute them. Okay. 7 minutes. Yes, only 7 minutes. Hello, Karina. 7 minutes, folks. Actually, that's 2 minutes longer than they should have been. Okay? Normally, it should be in and out within 3 to 5 minutes. And I'm going to explain that to you. Thank you, Snake, for that super chat, okay? Or super thanks. I appreciate that there. Okay? Folks, if you read my book, The Accidental Gangster, you will read of robberies that I did in Florida. And guess what? We got Mike Wachowski from Florida. Okay, Mike, you're going to enjoy this. Many, many years ago, and you know, folks, I'm from upstate New York. What a lot of people don't realize, some of the best gangsters come from Rome and Utica, New York. Yes. Okay? Utica, New York. The boss used to be Joe Falcone. Great guy. Great guy he was. Okay? And my partner was from Utica. I moved down to Florida many, many years ago, be closer to my kids. I had to make money. So a friend of mine who owned a pizza parlor in Singer Island said that so-and-so was looking for a partner. And he hooked it up. Yeah, Cooper, I'm well, everybody. Thank you for coming here. Okay? All right? Always a pizza place. Yes, we're Italian. What do you want? Okay? But anyhow, I met with him. We talked, and we joined up. Now, this guy, if you ever read the book Attica, when they had the riots at the prison in Attica, New York, and you see the front cover of it, he's there. He was in Attica. This guy was marvelous, all right? And back in New York, he robbed, his main thing was robbing the trucks that carried the money. Very good at that. And he and his partner, while they were in Attica, they developed what now, when you see the money, when there's robbery, bank robberies, and the money turns red, okay? They're the guys who invented that. Yep. And you know, folks, I don't give a lot of names. I don't do that there kind of thing, okay? Because they got family and so forth. But my partner and I, the first job we did was a home robbery of somebody that sells jewelry. Now, we did not just go out and rob somebody or pick a house. We had what is called a pointer. We had a guy who was in the jewelry business, and he would say, that scores $250,000. Now, when he said $250,000, that meant how much we would get after we sold it, okay? And I want to explain the difference to you, and I'll get into that there so you understand. And that was a funny thing, that first robbery. And we got everything. Oh, we got everything. Okay? And we left the guy tied up in his bedroom floor. This is funny. And we said, don't, we knew where his wife was. She worked at Saks Fifth Avenue in Fort Lauderdale. We said, we're going to let your wife know you're here. So as soon as we got away and we were in a safe area, we went to a payphone, and you're from Utica? Carburetor and coffee? Awesome. Salute, my friend. So anyways, I called Saks Fifth Avenue and I asked for Mrs. So-and-so. And they said, well, we can't get to her. I said, well, I need to talk to her. They said, well, there's no phones on the floor. Okay, but I could deliver a message. Mike, you study me in social studies. That's interesting. Hi, Daniel. So anyways, I said, well, pass this message. You got to get it to her right away. Tell her that her husband has just been robbed and that he's on the bedroom floor, all tied up, and she should get home right away. And the woman said, well, may I ask who's calling? I said, yes, the robbers. I said, get that message. And I hung up, we left. And that was a good score. We did end up with a little over 200,000, okay? We used to drive to New York. We would sell it there on 47th Street. Had a lot of people that purchased it there. That's the Diamond District, okay? We robbed several jewelry stores, and our theory was in and out in 3 minutes. That's because if we were not able to bypass the alarm and the police were notified, we knew it would take 3 minutes for the police to be there. So we had to be in and out. Now, 3 minutes don't sound like a long time. But when you're in a jewelry store and you're robbing and you got people tied up, which we always had to tie people up, okay? When you have that there, 3 minutes is really a long time. We were in and out. We were good. There was now, this robbery at the Louvre Museum, these guys got one of those lifts. You know those forklifts that you move furniture in an apartment building, you got to scale the buildings and so forth. You know what I'm talking about, okay? And, I'm not going to bother with the trolls. Keep coming, trolls, because I don't care, okay? So don't worry about it, all right? I know for you folks who follow me religiously, you don't like the trolls. That's not anything that I could really handle that, okay? That's a YouTube situation, and they do the best they can, and I'm grateful for them to be able to be here, be on this platform, and talk to you. So, anyways, they used that forklift to get up in the window, went through the windows, and they did the robbery. Okay? We were in Florida. There was a pawn shop, all right, in West Palm Beach on Okeechobee Boulevard. It was between two automobile dealers. It was a standalone building. Not real big, I mean, all right? My partner and I got into that building. We went in through the roof. But when we got in, we couldn't open the safe. Thank you, Jackson. Yeah, we couldn't get in the safe. It was an Israeli safe. And I gotta tell you, Israeli safes are the toughest ones to get in. And we just couldn't do it. We had a guy who was able to, but he wasn't with it that night. Okay? Yeah, I'm talking about a heist, buddy. Yes. Yep. Thank you, Skin. I appreciate that. So anyway, we didn't get it. It was Thanksgiving time. Now, Thanksgiving came. I used to get the newspapers deliver me all the time. And I'm sitting there. I'm reading the newspapers. And this place got robbed. But let me tell you how they got robbed. These guys went there with a flatbed truck and a lift, and they took the safe right out of the building. Yeah, took it right out of the building, went to another location, and broke into the safe and got everything. Right away, I went to see my partner. I said, who the hell did this? Because look, thieves, there's a lot of thieves, but guys who are professional like we were, it's a small knit community, okay? Right away, there was a group of guys, a father and sons, actually, out of Rhode Island. We wanted to get with them. They would not take no new people on. They kept it just to their family. And they weren't no organized crime or nothing. It was just their family. But I'm going to tell you something. These people were good. There's my girl, Keisha. Thank you, Keisha. But folks, that was an amazing robbery. And I said, my God, this Louvre Museum is very similar to what happened there. And they don't know who these guys are yet. Maybe these are the guys from Rhode Island. I don't know. Okay? We don't know where these people come from. But look, it's been a week. 1 week. All right? Keisha, thank you for that super chat. Hey, folks, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do. Okay? And don't be afraid to hit that super chat button, the thanks button on there. Okay, I appreciate it. It helps me out, keeps me going, so that I can keep giving you consistent and constant content. And I only tell you the truth, I tell you the facts. Okay? Thank you, Keisha. So, folks, I mean, I could tell you more. So many robbery stories that we did down in Florida was crazy. All right, and they're in my book. For those who want to purchase my book, you can get it on Amazon, Barnes and Noble. There's the name of it. All right, for those who read, it's available in Audible audio if you want audio, or it's available in uh, Kindle. Thank you, Robbie. I appreciate that for subscribing. Okay, folks, I'm trying to get up to 25,000 subscribers. That's as high as I want to go here. Okay. Uh, but let me tell you, they're saying here, I want to tell you about a robbery on Las Olas Boulevard. My partner and I, we got a tip from a guy in the Bonanno family. And we're in the parking lot, we're scoping the place out, and we see guys on the roof. All the thieves were scoping it out. We said, what the hell? Did he give it to other people too? But anyways, I was normally the front guy because I would dress nice, like I'm looking to buy jewelry, okay? And because a lot of times, a lot of these fine jewelry places, they keep their doors locked and they only allow customers in. So anyways, I get in. It was a woman, beautiful woman, who owned this store on Las Olas Boulevard. And for those of you from Florida, you know Las Olas Boulevard, very elite. It's like Rodeo Drive or Fifth Avenue, okay? All right? All great place, all right? Let the feds, this happened years ago. Statute of limitations are over with, okay? So the feds can listen to this all they want. So we get in there, this guy told us it was going to be a $400,000 score, and there was a lot of cash in the safe. Now I'm going to tell you, my partner, once I got in, and my partner followed me in, and my partner took her to the safe, and I'm going through the jewelry store, taking things that we thought were of any value, okay? I mean, when my partner would talk to somebody who's robbing, they were happy that we were the ones that robbed. He was able to comfort these people like you can't believe. Needless to say, what was supposed to be in the safe was not, okay? So it didn't end up to be a big score. I think maybe $50,000, $60,000 was all we got from it. But later that evening, the news comes on about this robbery, and it's all over the news about this robbery. And here's this woman crying, yeah, they got $500,000 worth of stuff. Folks, we got 60,000. Guess what? She made out better than we did because she had insurance. All right, insurance is a big factor. Almost everybody has insurance, okay? All right? Got people from Germany. Thank you so much for being here, okay? Yeah, please hit that like button, all right? And hit that thanks button, folks, all right? I got one more week to try to make some money over here on YouTube, okay? All right? Polly Walnuts. You're a gangster too. Good. Okay. So anyways, what was I saying? See, I want to say hello to everybody here. Okay? But $500,000 she was crying. She made out good. That happens often, folks, because a lot of robbery did the people really wanted to be robbed. And they would reach out to somebody to contact us, okay? And a lot of times they, We knew exactly what we were going to get. Okay? Thank you, Keisha, for helping me there. God bless you. Okay? So, I'm going to tell you, it was really, really exciting doing those robberies. For those of you from Florida, Boca Raton, the shopping center there. We robbed that one. We robbed in Miami. We were all over. Okay? Those were good days, I'll tell you. All right? Yeah, the Boca Mall, Dram it is, sorry. Okay? But now, let's break down what people say. Here they're saying it's $102 million. Okay? How do they determine the value that it's $102 million? Now, because this is a museum, because these things go back to Napoleon and different queens, okay? All right? Let's take one. Among the jewelry taken in the brazen daytime heist was a pearl and diamond tiara from the collection of Queen Marie, Amelie, and Queen Hortense. Okay? There's a picture of it, folks. Yeah, it's beautiful. But did these thieves rob these items because they had a buyer for them? Don't think these thieves are going to get $100 million. No way, okay? That's not going to happen, all right? No way. Let me show you another piece, okay? It's a beautiful piece, all right? These items were stolen from the Louvre, October 19th. There's an emerald necklace from Marie Louise collection, okay? Take a look at that. Now, I want you folks to notice something here. Take this piece. You got all these beautiful emeralds. But see all these little diamonds around there? They're just little teeny diamonds. They're not worth that much. All right? Not worth that much. So, there's two things. Let's say that the thieves have a buyer, a secret buyer, some wealthy individual, and there's a lot of wealthy individuals that have very private places where they keep high-end art and jewelry and things of that there for their own pleasure. So they're saying 110 million, 102 million. My estimate, if they had one buyer that wanted to buy it all, maybe they'll get $5 million, okay? They're not going to pay. They're not going to pay $102 million. That 102 value is what the museum says. I'm sure the museum has insurance, okay? But let's say these guys just went to get there because of the stones and the diamonds that are involved and all these things. They're not going to take that necklace and sell it as is. They're going to break it down. They're going to have another jeweler break it down to what all the diamonds, all the emeralds, and what's the value of each one of them. So when you see $102 million, it's like that woman that said, we sold $500,000 when we got 60,000. Okay? So sometimes people get robbed. The places that got robbed make more money than the robbers do. Almost all the time, actually. All right? So I wanted to share that bit of information with you. okay? A week is an awful long time. These guys, they went there, they got on scooters, they were dressed in certain outfits that they had. The alarms weren't working that perfectly. There were a lot of faults at the museum. So were they there intentionally? We don't know. Did they have an inside person? Because look at a lot of thieves always have somebody in the inside. We don't know none of this yet. Will we ever know? Not unless they catch those thieves and wonder if they caught all four of them, if they become rats. There's other articles that saying that it might be organized crime people. I don't think this is an organized crime situation. And don't forget, there's organized crime all over the world. Everybody wants to think just New York and Chicago. No, that's not how it is, folks. It's all over the world, okay? And a lot of different organized crime groups. So, folks, have you subscribed yet? If not, what are you waiting for? Okay? So I wanted to share that with you, folks. All right? Not much more to say about it, but this is much bigger than that gambling. All right, the gambling and the sports betting. It's not, and they want to say the mafia, okay? Chin was a great guy, okay? No, honestly, I never met the Chin. My friend Jimmy Kachi, who I've spoken many times, did know the Chin. Okay, Jimmy was the underboss here and the boss of Palm Springs, California. But I did not know the Chin, okay? But my impression of him, he was a smart guy, okay? Paul, you want, not last month, it might have been my son, Paulie. What part of Florida you in, Paulie? My son's in the West Palm Beach area. Okay, you've probably seen his trucks all around down there. He is a pool builder, one of the biggest pool builders in Florida. Very proud to say. All right, Boca. No, I was not in Boca, Paulie. I'm going to be coming down to Florida. I got waiting for my son to call me back to see when I could get down there. What? Rock, you're from Hollywood. Well, I'm in Beverly Hills. So we're neighbors. Hello, Mimi. How are you? You know, folks, I made $3.99 over here today. All right? You can't even buy a cup of coffee with $3, but I want to thank those people who come in there, okay? I know times are tough, all right? Times are really tough. You see this big Social Security, 2.8%. 2.8% for senior citizen. I get $1,000 a month. What's 2.8? That's nothing. Do you know how much they increased my insurance? 9%. So where's the benefit here? All right? Here it is on the news. I got News Nation. There they go with the gambling scandal. Give me a break. It's been around forever. But the news jumps on it like it's something new. Spado Pool Construction, Nate. All right? Spado Pool Construction, located in West Palm Beach, Florida. If you need a pool, he's the guy to call. Trust me, okay? You will not be disappointed. You'll never meet anybody, a contractor, more honorable and professional than my son. And I'm very proud, okay? He's done an amazing job. Came from nothing and built this business. And if anybody's looking for a job with a contractor down in Florida, my son is looking for people. You know, contractors are having a lot of problems hiring people because of what's going on with the immigrants, okay? Rock on, 20 bucks? Thank you so much. Thank you, Rock on, for that there. You have no idea how that helps me, my friend. All right? Hollywood, Florida. Yes, and that's just saying at your grandparents' wedding. Oh my God, I knew Frank, all right? I'm gonna do another story about Frank. What's the name? Joe's Crab House, right? Down there, I've been there many times. Great place. Thank you for being here, my friend. I appreciate it. All right, it's great to see all you people come here. They don't melt the jewelry. What they do is they break it down because these people, if they're going to go on the main market to try to sell these pieces, forget about it. No jeweler is going to take them. So they had to break it down, different stone, and now the jewelers could buy them, okay, to use them and put them in something else. That's how it works, okay? There's not a jeweler that's going to buy that as is and keep it as is, all right? It's too famous, all right? Frankie Blue Eyes? Yeah. Where are you from? Jake Polly. You're 33 years old. I'm glad that we got some younger people here. What you should do with your life, okay? I don't know much about you. I really like to help you. I have mentored a lot of young men, particularly to stay out of prison or stay out of gangs. That's my number one advice. And number two, I recommend reading and studying, okay? You gotta be smart. I don't have many. I didn't know Al Capone either, my friend from Chicago. All right, that was a little before my time. Not much, but before my time. But for that 33 young man, look at, there's a book called Think and Grow Rich. I highly recommend reading that book. And then do the principles that that book outlines. It's one of the best motivational books you'll ever read, okay? And you don't have to pay for courses and that there. Just buy that book. It's about maybe $9, okay? And think positive, be happy, do the right thing because it's the right thing to do, okay? I highly, all right, thank you, Jake. I hope you do it. You could always message me if you need any help, okay? And you can read my book. There's a lot of motivational, okay? I love sales, okay? I was a great salesman. I was a leading agent with the Prudential Insurance Company. And I just love sales. I was good at it, worked on commission. Commission is the best way to go, in my opinion, because the world is open to you. You can make as much money as you want, all right? But, you know, if it's not for you and you're, if you're down in Florida, I'll send you to my son, because he's always looking for people. And my friend in Tennessee, same way. He's a contractor, all right? He's looking for people. All the contractors I know are having problems hiring people because Look, it's hard labor, but it pays good. Okay? Oh, thank you, B homie. I appreciate that, honey. God bless you too. Thank you so much. You're some great people here, folks. And I wasn't going to do one on today, but I says, hey, let me come on here and, all right? I want to talk because everyone wants to talk about the gambling, and when this museum is much bigger, okay? You're talking about $7 million on that gambling thing, and you're talking 102 million here. Big difference, okay? Big difference. So, folks, it is Saturday, and as you can see, we got overcast skies here. I'll show you. And you look outside my patio window. See my plant there? I just bought that today. Boy, I hope. Can you see it? Let me bring you outside. All right? I'm not that great with plants. I don't know what's wrong with me. And I only got one. All right? See, what do you think of that plant? I don't even know the name of it. All right? But, folks, this is the neighborhood I live in. Okay? And see the sky? The sun's trying to come through. I hope it does. All right? All right. You love that, huh? Let's see, I want to read the contractor work does pay good. A lot of people don't want to work hard these days. You're absolutely correct. Okay? That's why it's the immigrants who come here who take those hard jobs. And folks, if you haven't seen my video, or my live that I did a few days ago, all right, about Italians and how we were treated when we came to this country, okay, by all means, go and see that video, all right? It's really an important part of history that most people don't know about. You know, I love history. I wasn't the best in school, but my history class, I always outshined everybody else because I love. You got it, Paul. I got $23.99 now. Okay? All right? You know I'm a coffee lover. Coffee, man, God, coffee skyrocketed. You see the prices of coffee in the grocery stores? So I drink Sumatra. It went from $6.99 to $9.99 for 12 ounces. Guess where I got it for $6.99? I bought 3 of them. Amazon. $6.99. All right? Delivered the next day right to my door of my apartment. The day's going to come, folks. You're not going to have any stores. People don't leave the house no more. People had their food delivered. They go to Amazon or other stores, Walmart, whatever it is, and get things delivered right to their door. Me, I like to get out. And I'm going to go out. I'm going to take a walk after I'm through here. All right? So look at, folks, it is Saturday. You know, Halloween's going to be next week. Oh, my God. Yeah, Halloween. I don't know why I froze up here for a moment. I'm trying to observe. I always have a front apartment, so I know what's going on in the street below me, folks. I always know who's coming and going. Okay, it's just an old habit of my life. Walking down the street, I look behind every tree. You always got to be careful. Well, folks, you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And remember, I tell you all the time, I'm going to tell you again. Be nice and kind to somebody else. Make somebody else's day happy. It'll come back to you tenfold. I guarantee it. I do that every day. So everybody, all my love and respect to each of you. I'll see you soon. Take care.